everyone, welcome to the second day of online classes. I hope you all have gone through the video of first day teaching and you have come to know how to create a file and how to write into a file using some of the inbuilt functions. Now from there onwards, today, that is the second day, I'll teach you how to read the contents of the file using another set of inbuilt functions. Let's begin the second day. On day 2, I will be giving you lecture on read method, read line method, read lines method, and the programs based on read method, read line method, and read lines method. Before I go for the program, let us understand the difference between read line, and read lines and their syntax. So these are the inbuilt functions which allow us to read the content of a file in three different ways, in three different styles. First one is read, second one is read line method, third one is read lines method. Now let us understand what is the work of read method and what is the return type of the read method here. If you want to read the content, that means entire content of the file, then you can use read method. Now what read method does, it actually takes the entire content of the file as a string and returns as a one string. The syntax of read method is you have to use file object dot read. There can be a situation where you do not want to read entire content, you just want to read few characters. So for that you can use read, in bracket you have to give parameter that will be in number. So if I am going to give read 5, then it is going to read 5 characters only from the file. If I give again second time read 10, so after fifth character it will read another 10 characters. Now how the read line method is different from read method here. Read line method reads the one line at a time. So if you are calling first time, the first line will be returned. If you are making second time call, then the second line will be read out. And if you want to read the entire content of the file, then of course you have to use one of the loops, either for loop or the while loop, in order to complete reading of all the lines in the file. We have the syntax. Again, the syntax is file object dot read line. Since read line method returns a string, it should be returned and stored using variable as shown below. File dot read line is one of the syntax, or we can write print file dot read line, or we may use for loop like for line in file, then print line. So this syntax will read all the lines one by one of the file. Then we have read lines method. Read line can be used to read the entire content of the file. This method will return a list of strings, each separated by \n. The syntax is file object dot read lines, as it returns a list which can be used to manipulate. So all the inbuilt functions related to list, thereafter you can use it, because you are able to transfer all the content of the file in a list using read lines. Now I'll be demonstrating you the program on my computer using read line and read line methods. Let us take the question. Write a program to read the content of a file using read method and display. So I have a file whose name is quotes.txt, and I want to make use of the read function in order to read the content of the file and just display on the screen. For this purpose, I have written a program here. The program is as follows. F is the name of the object. Open is an inbuilt function. Then you can see here from C :/user/del download JXTF files. This up to here is a path name of my file codes.txt, and R is a file access mode. Now this time I have written R in because I want to read the file. So with the help of the file object, I will make use of read function. So f.read will read the content of the file and it will get stored in the variable data, and print data will display the whatever data has been stored in a variable data. Then f.close will close the file. Let us execute and see the result. So if you see, the text which is blue in color is the content of my file codes.txt. So what is the content? Hard work beats talent. Your smile is your logo. Smile increases your face value. Happiness is the best makeup. A beautiful day begins with a beautiful mindset. So these are the contents of the file. So I'm able to read the entire content of the file. Let us take another question. The question is as follows. Write a program to read first 10 characters from a text file codes.txt and display. So there can be a situation where you do not want to read the entire content of the file. You want to read only certain number of characters. So for that, again we can use read function, but this time you have to give a parameter which will be a number. Now let us understand here. Again, f equals to open, that is f is a file object, open is an inbuilt function, and I'm trying to open the same file codes.txt in the read mode here. Now this time I have given f.read 10. So this function, read function, will read only first 10 characters from the file and it will be stored in a variable data and that will be displayed here. Let's see the output. So from the entire file, only the first 10 characters is displayed here. So the syntax read, then bracket, you give any number, that many characters will be read out from the file. Let's take the question. Write a program to read a text file codes.txt and display first 10 character and then followed by next 12 characters. So I'm opening the file codes.txt in the R mode, that is the in reading mode here, and I've written here f.read 10. So this will read first 10 characters and it will get stored in the data. So print data will display first 10 characters from the file. Now again I'm making use of f.read 12. So where the last cursor was there, from that position next 12 characters will be read out and it will be stored in data. Again I am printing and then close of the file. Let's see what is the first 10 characters and the next 12 characters here. So if you can see on the screen here, hard work is the first 10 characters and after that next 12 character is beats talent. So in this way I am able to read certain number of characters. Now let us proceed for another question. Now let us take a question. Write a program to read first and second line of a text file codes.txt and display. Now this time I'll make use of the readline function, and you will also come to know how to use readline function here. As I told you, that is readline is going to read a single line from the file, and when you are making second time call, it will read another line here. Now let us take a question. Write a program to read the first and second line of a text file codes.txt and display. Now this time we will make use of readline method. Again, I have opened the file codes.txt in the reading mode, and then with the help of the file object .readline I have written. So this f.readline will read the first line of the file, and it will get stored in the variable line1. Then f.readline, when I am making second time call, then again the second line will be read out and it will be stored in the variable line2. So both the lines I am displaying, and f.close means it will close the file. Let us run and see the program here. See the output. Hard work beats talent. Your smile is your logo. So these are the two lines I am getting as an output because I made a call of read line statement twice. Now let us move ahead with another question. Now let us take the question. Write a program to read the content of a text file codes.txt and display. Make use of the read lines. Now in this program, I'll be explaining you how to make use of the read lines in order to read the content or the entire content of the file here. So again, I'm opening the file codes.txt in the read mode here. Now f.read lines. This time not line, it is lines. And this will read the entire content of the file and it will put into a list. So each line will be the element, one of the element of the list, so that you can manipulate by using all the inbuilt functions related to list. And the list will, this time data will be a list. Print data will display the data, but it will be in the list form. Fclose will close the file. Let us run and see. Now can you see here? We have the entire content of the file, but it is in a list form. Here is an opening square bracket, here is a closing bracket. That means the entire content of the file is in list. And now you see the first line is under single quotes, that is one of the element, again comma, and the second line again under quotes, again comma here. So this way it will be continue here, and every line, at the end of every line there is a \n, that is the EOL. Now let us move for the next question. Now let us take a very interesting question. This type of questions usually comes in the board examination also. Write a program to read the content of a file codes.txt and display the number of times the word is occurs in the file. That means here I am going to show you how to count a certain words in a file, how many times the words occurs in the file here. So I have opened a file codes.txt in the reading mode here. Data1 equals to f.read. So this will read the entire content of the file and it will be stored in a data1. But data1 will store the content of the file in the string form. So my intention is to count the word is. So what I'm going to do right now, I will split the entire string based on the space, assuming that there is only one space between the two words. So the entire content of the file, which is in the string form, will be splitted and it will be stored as a word in data2 retake. Now here the entire content which is in the string form in the variable data1, I will split based on the space, and using the for loop I will read each word. So for I in data2, so in I I'll get the first word. If it is matching with is, then I'm counting k equals to k plus 1. So this way k will be increased if the value of I matches with is. Next time again the second word will be taken and the second word will be matched with is. If it is matching, then k value will be incremented. So this way we will be able to complete the entire loop, and at the end we'll get the number of times the word is occurs. Now let me show you the output. Now let me show you the output. So number of times the word occurs in the file is 2. So I'm trying to count the word is in my entire file. So I'm getting the counting 2. This is not the end. Let me explain you in more elaborate way. Now I'm writing here print data1, just for you to understand in a better way. And here I am writing here print data2. Let's see what is the outcome here. Now you see here, because of the print data, I'm getting the entire content of the file. So with this one you can make out what is the content of the file. Now after making use of the split statement, the entire string is splitted based on the space between the words, and it is stored in the list. So hard has become the first element of the list, work will become the second element, bits will become the third element, and so on. Now once you are able to store it in a list, then always you can access this list using for loop. So after this, what I did here, I took the help of the for loop in order to read the list, and I was matching every word with is. Wherever it got matched, the value of k was incremented. So after the full execution of the for loop, we get the output that number of times the word occurs is 2. Now similar examples I'll show you in the next program. Now let us take the question. This is a similar question. Write a program to read the content of a file and count the occurrence of the word the. So the can be in any form here. I've opened a file codes.txt in the read mode here. Now I'm reading the file using the read method. As I explained you what the read is going to do here, it will take the entire content of the file and it will get stored in the data1 variable in the string form, and data2 equals to data1 dot split. So this will split the entire content which is stored in the data1, and it will bring the content in the list form. Then I am making use of for loop in order to access the list. So if the first word is the, or the first word is t with capital, then I am incrementing the value of k by 1. So similarly it will go for the next value of I, that means next word, and it will be counted or it will be matched with the or another form of the, if it is matched in any form, then we'll increase the value of k. This way the loop will be completed, and at the completion of the loop we will get the number of times the word occurs. That way, that is k will be displayed here. Just check it. Okay, number of times the word the occurs in my entire file is 1. Let us verify. If I write here print data 2, then you will be able to see the content of the file in the list form, and from there you can make it out here. The entire content of the file you can see in the list form. So first word is the first element of the list, second word is the second element of the list, and so on. So in the entire content which is displayed in the list, you can see that the has occurred 1 time. So that is why we are getting the output 1 time. Now let us move to the next question. Now let us take the similar questions, but here the program is more generalized. We will enter a word, and that word we will be looking into the file here. So the question reads like this: write a program to read the content of a file and count the occurrence of the word entered by the user. So again, I've opened the same file codes.txt. I'm trying to open, or rather I'm using only one file to make you better retake, for your better understanding. Retake, I'm making use of only one file, that is codes.txt, for the better understanding. And I'm opening the file in the read mode here. Again, the entire content of the file will be read, and it will be stored in data1 in the string form. And then from the string form, I'm splitting the entire data and stored in the data2 variable in the list form. And I'm making use of the for loop in order to read the content. So if it is matching with the variable search, which is holding the value entered by the user, then we are incrementing the value and displaying the value of k. Let's run. So if I want to count the word beautiful, so it is showing me the number of times the word occurs in the file is 2 times. So the word beautiful occurs twice in the file codes.txt. Let us verify by opening or by displaying the content of the file here. Now this time I'll print data here, data1, print data1, and again execute it, and let us see. Now if you see here, first time the occurrence is here, second time is here, so it occurs 2 times. So I'm getting the answer twice. Now let us move to the next question. It's very interesting question. Let us take a question. Write a program to read a lines from a text file codes.txt and display those lines which starts with alphabet capital H or small h. So this program is different. We'll make use of the read line function to read the content of the file line by line. Let us see here, because we need to deal with the each line. So again, I've opened a file codes.txt in the read mode, and from the same path file is located in my folder file. So read line, first time I'm calling here, so first line will come into the variable data. Then while data means if data has variable data has some value, then this will be true. So it will get into the loop, and then that first letter of the line will have index 0. So because in this question I am interested in knowing the first letter, so that is why I am dealing with the data of 0, that is the first letter of the line is capital H, or the first letter of the line is small h, then I am displaying the line. Fine. So first line is read out. It is true, it will come over here. If it is starting with H or H, it will be displayed. Now this is, it will take another line. Again, it will go with for the checking in the while loop. If it has some value, then this will be true. Again, it will be proceeding the same way here. Let us run and see the output here. Yes. So I have two sentences in my file, that is codes.txt, which starts with the letter H. Hard work beats talent. Happiness is the best makeup. Now let us move to the another set of questions. Let us take a question. Write a program to read lines of a text file codes.txt and display the longest line. So in this question, you are asked to read the entire content of the file, and you will display the line from the file which has highest number of characters. That's the longest line. Now again, for this purpose, I am opening the file codes.txt in the read mode. Now I am making use of the read lines. What will happen? Each line of the file will become the element of the list. You know, read lines returns list. So data, the variable data here becomes the list. Print data, so the entire content will be displayed. Just this was not required in the question, but I have displayed just to make you more retake, just to make you how this is working. And again, I equals to data, so that means the first line will be there in the variable I, and print len of I, that means again this line was not required, I'm just displaying number of characters from each line. And then len of I, that is the first line, the number of characters, I'm comparing with the variable longest, and if it is found greater, then I'm storing the line in the variable longest. So this way it will go for the next value of I. Again, it will take the second line, it will display the number of characters in the second line, and then again with the if statement, I'll be comparing number of characters of second line with the number of characters of the sentence which is stored in the longest variable. So if it is found to be true, again the longest value will be overwritten. So this way, after the completion of the for loop, the variable longest will have the sentence which has maximum number of characters. Let us run the program and see the output here. Now can you see here? So we have the contents of the file in the list form, and as I was telling you, that first sentence becomes the first element of the list, second sentence becomes the second element of the list, and third sentence becomes the third element of the list, and so on. So how many characters are there in the first sentence? 23. Then we have 24. Then we have 32. Then we have 29. Then we have 47. So I'm expecting that the line having the 47 characters will be the longest one. So the last line, a beautiful day begins with a beautiful mindset, is the longest line present in the file, that is displayed here. Here two extra things I am displaying, that is the content of the file in the list form and the length of the each sentence, which was not required as per the question. In actual programming, you can omit that two lines. Now, let me tell you, when I am calculating the length, it also includes /n. And in the last line, there is no /n. So this is, to deals with this one, we have to write the program in different way here. That we will be discussing afterwards here. I'm just making you aware that last sentence there is no \n, and whereas in every sentence there is a \n. So for finding the length, it is taken into consideration. Now let us move to the next question. Now let us take very interesting question. In fact, it is a practical based question here. Write a program to input name of the students and search in the text file record.txt. If found, display the name and the total marks of the students. So record.txt contains name of the students as well as the marks of 5 subjects. So depending upon the user's input, it will search in the file and then it will display the name of the students and along with that total marks. So for this purpose, I am opening a file record.txt which has the name of the students and the marks of the students in the read mode. So next, f.readlines will bring the entire content of the file in the list form and that will be stored in the data. Name equals to input, enter the name of the students. So this will ask you the name of the students and that will be stored in the variable name. Now we'll make use of the for loop in order to read the list. So the first record will come in the variable I. Again, the first record, which consists of name of the child and the marks of 4 subjects. So again it will be splitted and it will be stored in the variable s. So out of that one, s of 0 is the first one, is the first value. That means s of 0 is storing the name of the students and I'm matching with the inputted value. If it is matched, then I'm calculating the total and display the total along with the name. Then again the for loop will be repeated. Again the second value, or in fact second record, will come in the variable I, and again the second record will be splitted. So name will be splitted. Again the marks of 4 subjects will be splitted and it will be kept in the variable s. Again s of 0 means the name, and if it is matched with the inputted value, again the total will be calculated and it will be displayed here. So this way we'll complete the entire for loop and we'll get the required output. Now let us execute the program and see the output. Name of the student, suppose I am inputting Vijay. So Vijay is found in the file and their total marks is displayed. So this is a type of searching. We can search a record in a file. Now let us move to the next question. Before I wind up today's class, let me recapitulate. Today I have made use of read statement, read line statement, read lines statement, and then we were able to count the words in the file. Then we were able to count the lines starting with a specific character. Then I have shown you how to retrieve the numbers which is in the string form in the file and do some mathematical calculations. So next day we will be continue with the more programs here. Till then, bye bye, see you, take care, stay healthy. Thank you.